Okay, who wants to hear a story from back in the 1900s? Okay, I see all your all's hands raised. Okay, I don't remember the year, but it was in the 1900s. I love saying that. It was probably late, I don't know, 1990 something. But anyway, um, two of my friends and I went to an Indian powwow. And before I made this clip, I did Google if it's okay to say Indian powwow, because I wouldn't want to say anything that was rude or, um, you know, a term I shouldn't say. But anyway, when I Googled it, it said if it's someone that's Native American talking about it, or if you are talking about an event that was an Indian powwow, then it's fine to say that. So I just want to throw that out there. It's important, I think, to check on those things if you don't know. So anyway, my friends and I went because we'd seen ads for it and it looked like a lot of fun. They always have music and dancing and beautiful clothing. And one of the main reasons we went is because we loved beads and we barely knew how to make any sort of jewelry ourselves, but we loved going to bead stores and buying beads. So we went to the Indian powwow and tooled around and looked at all the little shops that were there. It was on a big festival grounds um, in the town I live in. And we were just walking around and they had some drum circles and some a big ring where they were doing dances and honor dances, but it was way far away, like probably, I don't know, at least 50 yards away, maybe 75 or 100, but because this was a big festival. So all of a sudden I heard on the loudspeaker, "Calm down, Jim. We don't want to make it rain." And I took note of that because my dad's name is Jim. And although that is a very common name, I just had a funny feeling about hearing that. And my dad, um, he's no longer with us, but he was a dentist and he did a lot of volunteer work with RAM, which is remote area medical, if you're not familiar. And they sometimes went to Indian reservations to do like medical clinics, and he loved working with them. And so, because we were at, a Native American festival, and I knew my dad had done some stuff, I just took note of it, even though, like I said, Jim is a very common name. So I thought, I'm going to have to go see what I can find out about this. So I started walking towards where they were having the drum circle, and they had a big, huge ring. It's probably very common, but unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot about Native American customs. But there was a big ring, and they were dancing in a circle, and there was some people in, big, beautiful headdresses and traditional like Native American clothing, but there were also some people that did not look necessarily Native American, and they were in just kind of like regular street clothes. And I see my sweet daddy dancing around in the in the circle, and he was blessed with many, many talents and things, and dancing and rhythm wasn't exactly one of them, and I followed suit with that. But anyway, the guy, the man that was, I don't know, the announcer that was doing the um, speaker, was talking to my dad when he said, "Calm down, Jim. We don't want to make it rain," because he was into it. He was dancing round and round in a little circle as this whole group was going around in a line in a circle. And it was an honor dance. They were thanking all of the medical professionals that had come to the clinic to help over the last probably quarter or something like that, maybe a half a year. But it was a beautiful, beautiful ritual, and it was so much fun to see my dad there and get to laugh with everybody as as they were watching him do his dance. But I just thought that was so funny when the man said, "Calm down, Jim. We don't want to make it rain." So the reason why I'm telling this story is for a couple of reasons. It was just Father's Day, of course, and I really miss my dad so much. And I think of him a lot, and I think of all the good that he put out in the world. And I like to do as much of that as I can as well. I definitely have not up to his, um, not standards, because he didn't have standards for that, but up to, what he typically did in that. But anyway, um, I would love for anybody who's listening to this who wants to help me design a t-shirt. I'm in a group now where I'm learning all kinds of things regarding designing shirts, in some design software and also using AI. And it's so much fun. And I have such great teachers and mentors. And I decided that I wanted to make a shirt that I don't have a vision for it yet, but somehow incorporates my dad doing his little dancing jig around. But I'm imagining it having just some beautiful Native American like imagery and just a fun shirt that could somehow encapsulate that day for me. I've been working on a few ideas, but if anybody has a lot of experience with making um, Native American imagery or things on art, or whether they're t-shirts or otherwise, I would love for you to message me and get your input. And then what I'm going to do is I've been working on my t-shirt designs and getting my shop ready, and I'll have that t-shirt in my shop, and any of the proceeds that I get from any of those shirts I want to donate to either remote area medical, or if I can find someone that I trust to point me towards some organizations that are um, Native American that accept donations, I would love to do that as well. And thank you for anybody who's listened this far. Um, I wanted to share one last thing about my dad. Um, Not one last thing forever and ever, just one last thing in this little message. Um, when when I was growing up, before supper, he always would say like a traditional like dinner prayer. But at the end of that, he would always say, "And let this food nourish our bodies, and let's wake up tomorrow and do something for someone less fortunate than ourselves." And I carry that with me all the time. I don't think that's ever a bad idea to do something for our fellow humans. So I just wanted to share that about my daddy and tell you about that day. It was a long, long time ago, but it still tickles me and still brings me a lot of joy. So, anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope you are all having a wonderful day. And I will talk to you again, hopefully soon. Bye bye.